Have you ever wondered what really makes the United States stand out on the world stage? Is it all just Hollywood movies and big tech companies? Or is there something more? Today, we are going on a deep dive, a comprehensive tour comparing the US to the rest of the world. We'll look at everything from its economic muscle and military might to its cultural heartbeat and the daily lives of its people. This isn't about saying one is better than the other. It's about understanding the unique position the US holds in our interconnected world. So grab your popcorn, because we're about to unpack the data, the stories, and the surprising realities. Let's start with the big one, the economy. The US boasts the largest economy in the world by nominal GDP, a colossal engine valued at over $25 trillion. To put that into perspective, it's larger than the economies of China, Japan, and Germany combined. This economic dominance is built on a few key pillars. First, consumer spending. Americans love to shop, and their spending accounts for nearly 70% of the US economy. This creates a massive, self-sustaining internal market that few countries can match. Compare this to a country like Germany, a manufacturing powerhouse where exports are the main driver of economic growth. Then there's the US dollar, the world's primary reserve currency. Over 60% of all foreign bank reserves are in dollars, and it's the currency used for most international trade, including oil. This gives the US incredible economic leverage. When the US Federal Reserve adjusts interest rates, it sends ripples across the entire global financial system. But it's not a one-way street. The US is also the world's largest importer, meaning economies from Mexico to Vietnam rely heavily on American consumers. Think about your smartphone or the clothes you're wearing. Chances are, they were part of a global supply chain that ends with a purchase in the United States. This interdependence is a double-edged sword, creating both stability and vulnerability for everyone involved. Now, let's pivot to military and global influence. There's no denying the US military is in a league of its own. Its annual defense budget is more than the next 10 countries combined. It operates the world's largest fleet of aircraft carriers, 11 of them, which are essentially floating military bases, able to project power anywhere on the globe. No other country has even close to that number. But military strength isn't just about hardware, it's also about global presence. The US maintains around 750 military bases in over 80 countries. This vast network, along with alliances like NATO, forms the backbone of its global influence. This post-World War II security architecture has, for decades, underwritten global trade by protecting sea lanes and providing a security umbrella for allies like Japan, South Korea, and Western Europe. However, this role as the world's policeman is increasingly being questioned, both at home and abroad. Rising powers like China are rapidly modernizing their militaries and developing their own networks of influence through initiatives like the Belt and Road. This is leading to a shift from a unipolar world, dominated by the US, to a more multipolar one, where several major powers compete for influence. But what about the lives of everyday people? This is where the comparison gets really interesting. Let's talk about lifestyle and quality of life. The American dream, the idea that anyone can achieve success through hard work, is a powerful cultural narrative. And in some ways, it holds true. The US has a dynamic, entrepreneurial culture that has produced world-changing innovations. However, when you look at metrics like the Human Development Index, the US often ranks below countries like Norway, Switzerland, and Australia. Why? One major factor is healthcare. The US is the only developed nation without universal healthcare. It spends far more per capita on healthcare than any other country, yet life expectancy is lower than in Japan, Spain, or Canada. The system can provide world-class care if you can afford it, but for millions, a medical emergency can mean financial ruin. Contrast this with Taiwan's single-payer system, which is renowned for its efficiency and affordability, or the UK's National Health Service, which is free at the point of use. Work-life balance is another key difference. While the average American worker gets about 10 days of paid vacation, it's not federally mandated. In the European Union, by contrast, every worker is legally entitled to at least 4 weeks of paid leave. This cultural difference is profound. In many parts of Europe, August is a quiet month as people take long holidays. In the US, a workaholic culture is often seen as a badge of honor. This isn't a judgment, but a fundamental difference in how societies value work, leisure, and personal time. Let's switch gears to technology and innovation. This is an area where the US has been an undisputed global leader for decades. Silicon Valley is more than just a place. It's a global symbol of technological ambition. Companies like Apple, Google, Amazon and Microsoft have not just created products, they have fundamentally reshaped how we live, work, and communicate. The US venture capital ecosystem is unparalleled, pouring billions into risky but potentially world-changing startups. For instance, in 2023, US startups received more venture capital funding than startups in Europe and Asia combined. This environment has fostered breakthroughs in everything from software and social media to biotechnology and space exploration with companies like SpaceX. But other countries are catching up fast. Shenzhen in China is now a global hardware hub, rivaling Silicon Valley in speed and scale. Israel, known as Startup Nation, has the highest number of startups per capita in the world. And countries like South Korea lead in areas like mobile network speeds and semiconductor manufacturing. The global tech race is heating up, and while the US is still at the forefront, its lead is no longer guaranteed. The future of innovation will likely be more distributed, with major tech hubs rising across the globe. Finally, let's talk about culture, the soft power that shapes hearts and minds. American culture is perhaps its most successful export. From Hollywood films and Netflix shows to hip-hop music and Nike sneakers, American pop culture is consumed and emulated worldwide. When you walk through Tokyo, you see teenagers in New York Yankees caps. When you listen to the radio in Berlin, you hear Taylor Swift. This cultural reach gives the US a unique form of influence that can't be measured in dollars or military hardware. However, this cultural dominance is not absolute. The rise of Korean pop culture, the Hallyu Wave, is a perfect example. Groups like BTS have achieved global superstardom, proving that compelling culture can come from anywhere. Similarly, Nollywood in Nigeria is one of the world's most prolific film industries, telling uniquely African stories to a global audience. The world is becoming a cultural marketplace where people have more choices than ever. While American culture remains incredibly influential, it now shares the stage with vibrant and powerful voices from every corner of the planet. Food is another great example. While American fast food chains like McDonald's are everywhere, the global palate is also embracing the complex spices of Indian curry, the delicate balance of Japanese sushi, and the rich flavors of Mexican cuisine. So, where does this leave us? The United States is a nation of incredible contrasts. It's an economic and military titan with unparalleled global reach, yet it faces significant internal challenges in areas like healthcare and social inequality. It's a cradle of innovation and a cultural powerhouse, yet it's also facing a world that is becoming more competitive and multipolar. The US isn't just one thing. It's a complex, dynamic, and constantly evolving story. Its relationship with the rest of the world is not one of simple dominance, but of deep interdependence. And as the 21st century unfolds, the interplay between the US and the rising community of nations will be the defining story of our time. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey around the world and back. What part of this comparison surprised you the most? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next video. See you next time.